Well, I've got like, I don't know, 15 minutes of burn, I suppose. Oh my days. I definitely should invest in a better microphone. Or at least use the one actually on my other computer. Which actually works. A lot better than this shit anyway. I don't really like LBC, to be honest with you. I mean, the side chat's like fucking mental. But, on this rare occasion, since I'm perusing before I get going with Politics Loud today, I thought I would play this clip from Mr. O'Brien here. You know, it's stating the obvious clearly, but fuck it, why not? I think it's a good monologue, to be fair. Really, really on point. It just is. So, how long's this clip? 9 minutes. So, if I talk for 9 minutes ish, no, I'm not joking. Just listen. It's actually a good point that he's making in this clip. Now I'll shut up.
Struggle at the age of 50 to think of any industrial action in my lifetime that could have been described as unjustified or unmandated. I think the miners' strike, the big miners' strike, the miners' strike that actually pretty much finished off the mining industry in this country is an exception to many rules and many observations, but I'm not sure that it's an exception to this one. And therefore, when I tell you that in the next few days, I wonder how many of these you're aware of. Railway workers.
Okay, I'm gonna interject because this is actually brilliant. It's like when you hear the government say the British public don't like strikes. Just listen to the fucking list here, right? Just listen to the list. It blows my mind that this government it's like I'm living in a third world country and people are still drinking cups of tea as if we just won World War II versus the Nazis or some shit. It's like, how the fuck is this government still in power? Like, what are people on crack or some shit? I just like, where are people? Like, I'm surprised there's no riots. I mean, fucking 80s did it better. I mean, they had better hair, to be fair. But still, mind blown. Fucking blown.
Postal workers, nurses, ambulance workers, paramedics, bus workers, highway workers, driving examiners, teachers, border force workers and baggage handlers are all taking industrial action.
That's the fucking country. The fucking farmers are gonna go on strike next, and then we're all fucking doomed, aren't we? Jesus fucking Christ. Who votes for the Tories? I want to strangle you already. My fucking mind can't cope any longer with the insanity of listening to fucking Jeremy Hunt as the fucking Chancellor of the Exchequer. Are you fucking kidding me? What the fuck is going on? It's like I live in the Twilight Zone. Someone wake me up, please, for the love of God, wake me fucking up.
10 off the top of my head taking industrial action in the next few days. I think that's all of them, but who knows? I think the border force only got announced yesterday, so there could be more joining them. It's not a general strike because I think, and this is something you could correct me on by text, don't clog up a phone line, but I think a general strike is when people are on strike for other people, if you see what I mean. So 1926.
This is worse than a general strike. Everybody is literally going on strike. Anywho, you don't need to volunteer to make yourself poorer to go on. You're already fucking poor. That's why you're on strike. Did you hear that list of people who are on strike? That's the country, mate. That's literally country. I'm dying. We can't afford to pay people. Really? With a GDP of 2 trillion plus, you can't afford to pay people that you haven't paid in 10 years anyway. That's too much money. Okay, well, we have to listen to the independent review body, the one that you set up as a government, and give it guidelines like the Bank of England. this is mad, right? Do you want to hear a fucking funny story? The Bank of England has a target of fucking 2%, and it's independent. Who sets the fucking Bank of England's fucking target of 2%? Just saying, in case you're fucking dumb.
Was it the only strike in this country that could be described as a general strike, when lots of people went on strike in order to help the miners get a better settlement? So if I go on strike in support of the nurses, that would be closer to a general strike than what we're seeing now, because all 10 of these workforces, rail, mail, nurse, ambulance, bus, highway, driving examiner, teachers, border force, baggage handlers, all of them are pursuing a better settlement for themselves, for their own areas.
Mad, right? But if you listen to the telly, literally, you would think the great British public don't like strikes. Are you having a fucking laugh at this point? Honestly. The fucking country is literally on strike. Yet if you watch Prime Minister's questions, you would think something completely different, right? You can't make this shit up. You literally can't. And I'm so amazed, with all my wisdom and insight into politics, that these fuckers still have a job. Literally still have a job. I mean, Thatcher stole my milk. She seems tame compared to these fucking nitwits. Really? We need, on bonfire night, no more sticking Margaret Thatcher on the bonfire, kids. We're done. We need to stick the entire Tory party on the fucking bonfire. How can you crash the pound overnight? Even Gordon Brown couldn't manage that fucking cock up. And then you watch Question Time, and people are going, well, I don't think Labour could do a better job. Of what? Burning the fucking country, you twat. I'm pretty sure they couldn't. Like, you have to reach some high expectations to fucking ruin the country. Oh no, let the Tories do it. Hold my beer. Here's the Tories. We've got no money left. Really? Says the people who crashed the pound. Are you not reading the room at this point, Tory party? Every comeback to Labour is literally dead. You crashed the pound. I'm going to give someone some credit here in this mad scenario called living in Britain, which is like fucking worse than a Monty Python sketch at this point. You can't fucking make it up, right? So Rishi Sunak, the Prime Minister, literally told all the Tories, if you vote for this batshit crazy bitch Liz Truss, she'll fucking destroy the pound. Did anyone pay attention to Rishi? No. Do you know why? Because he's black. That's fucking why. People don't want to say, oh, that's bollocks. No, it's not. Get real. You wanted to vote for a dumb bitch over someone who used to actually read the books as Chancellor. Oh, what? How much money is that? Yeah, I know. Oh, by the way, I'm the richest guy in the House of Parliament. Do you think I got there by being stupid? Don't think so. No offense, but the guy's stupidly rich. He's worth 750 million quid. You don't get that much money by being a dumb cunt. Liz Truss, how much is she worth? Fuck all. She was outlasted by a fucking salad slash lettuce. Imagine this, right? We have a government, our national newspaper, compared to a fucking lettuce. The same twats who ruin the economy are still the government. Now we just have a black fella. Congratulations. Well, he fixed the markets. No, he didn't. At all. Did he? He just didn't. He literally went back to normal of fucking up the country slowly. She tried to do it very quickly. And the markets went, whoa. Hold on. How are you going to pay for all them tax cuts that you just promised? We're going to borrow it from you. No, you're not. At all. The markets are against us. Where's Nigel Farage when you need him? Well, the markets, them free fucking markets are conspiring against the... Oh my god. I'm on a tangent, but I'm just gonna keep going. Fuck it. The great fucking British people are being run by the markets. Breaking news. Markets demand you pay for your borrowing. Whoop de fucking do. All the right wingers literally shit a brick. More so even because that's their number one go-to, right? The private sector. Well, if you let businesses run everything, it'll be fucking fine. Really? Yeah. Like the trains. Yeah. All the people on strike, the vast majority of them are run by private companies who are fucking contracted by whom? The fucking government. Railways, nurses, and all that shit. Private sector influence? Yes. PFI ringing the bells? Probably not, because you're not old enough. You get the point. When Tony Blair got into power, what did he do to fix the hospitals? He built fuck tons of them. How did he build fuck tons of them? He gave massive contracts to private companies to build all your spanking new hospitals, which is called PFI. Worst decision ever. But at least you didn't have to wait like 10 years for a fucking ambulance. I mean, literally, you will die before you get an ambulance. That's mad. It would be quicker to literally get a taxi to your local hospital and then die in A&E because no one's going to see you for 12 hours anyway. At least you can die in hospital with dignity after you get a taxi. I just, like, the state of affairs in this country is fucking baffling. And like I said, they still have a fucking job. How is, when people say, oh, well, let's go on strike, I'm just thinking, why haven't we burned Parliament to the fucking ground already at this point? Don't burn Parliament because it's a lovely building. I'm talking metaphorically speaking here. How the fuck are these people still in power? Oh, well, if we have a general election that causes more chaos, no, it won't. It literally won't. Can we just vote out the Tories already? Or just protest in some fucking mad way to just get them out? It's going to get worse. This is the mad thing, right? People think it's going to get normaler under the Tories. I watched the interview on Sky before, right? Even the fella who does the politics on Sky, no jokes, he said the government is utterly full of shit because they can't afford the fucking wages that they're asking for. Yes, they can. In case you didn't notice, we print our own fucking money anywho. Like, literally, the stock market's not going to take a shit because you're actually paying people to do a fucking job. You take the stock market will have a shit when you say, let's abolish the 40p, 55p, whatever fucking tax rate, and then borrow that. The stock market's like, yeah, that don't make no sense. It just doesn't. But if the stock market goes, oh, you're going to actually pay people to go to work, and then you're going to collect that wage increase in taxes, seems reasonable. Because people pay tax when they have a job, you fucking morons. You can't just willy-nilly give rich people money and expect all the plebs to clap. That's not how inflation works. The reason why we have inflation is a magnitude worse than what they tell you on the TV. First of all, you printed far too much money. Anywho, like, people have like short memory spans. When Boris Johnson was Prime Minister, before COVID ever happened, before COVID, listen, pay attention, the United Kingdom borrowed £600 billion. Where's that money gone? One would ask. Before COVID, literally before COVID even happened, for all you fucking retards out there who think COVID is the only thing in town, I stream politics, motherfucker. I pay attention. 600 billion fucking quid we borrowed before COVID even happened. Where's my 40 new hospitals, cunt? Just asking. Bizarre. And you still got jobs. Fucking jobs. If I was this shit at my job, I would instantly get the sack.
They're trying their hardest, the usual suspects. They're trying their very hardest to turn you against the workers. Rishi Sunak yesterday in the House of Commons sought to somehow portray railway workers, Royal Mail workers.
Pavlet, we print our own money. We are the creditors. We own our own credit card, like Zimbabwe. You can't go broke if you own your own fucking stupid fucking goddamn bank. We print the money, we borrow it to ourselves, and then we ask people, do you want to buy our stupid debt? People go, how much you going to pay me? Well, I don't know, interest, maybe 2-3% over 10 years, every year. So we have gilts and bonds, Pav, you twat. It's the amount of money you print the problem, Pablet. The amount. You get deflation in your currency, just like America. God, don't get me started on that shit. It's fucking weird.
Workers, nurses, ambulance workers, bus workers, highway workers, driving examiners, teachers, border force workers and baggage handlers, they're not part of hard-working families in this country. This is Rishi Sunak's play. This is Rishi Sunak's tactic. So somehow hard-working people in this country need to be protected from railway workers, Royal Mail workers, nurses, ambulance workers, bus workers, highway workers, driving examiners, teachers, border force workers and baggage handlers.
Which is the country at this point. Anywho, to answer Pav's question, for you people who don't know how money works, right? We have some weird system called fiat currency, right? Which means there's fuck all linking money to an asset, right? At this present moment in time, even though we use the petrodollar, weirdly, even that doesn't make any fucking sense in anyone's fucking mind at this point, right? So when you actually go to the bank and say, here's some money, the bank issues a brand new account. It doesn't take your money and lend it to anybody else, you prats. It issues an account, prints its own money, and gives it to you, somebody else, right? It doesn't loan other people's money to other people. That's not how banks work, unless you live in like 1805 or some stupid shit. Probably that's how it worked, but not anymore. The bank makes its money by charging you interest. That's it. That's how banks make money. They don't make money from other people's money in terms of borrowing to each other. It don't work like that, bro. Like, that's so fucking dumb. The stock market as a whole doesn't pay anybody anything, literally. It's like the weirdest Ponzi scheme I've ever seen in my life, really, when you think about it. The world is based on debt. You understand this concept of debt, right? IOUs. So everybody makes money selling IOUs, basically. That's how countries work. Give me some money, and they say, I owe you, and then the other people go, oh, I'll sell that to them. I owe you. Everyone gets paid an interest. We make money from money itself, which is nutty. That's 10% of the gross domestic product of the United Kingdom is fucking selling other people's monies. The London Stock Exchange, in case you don't know this fun fact, zillions of pounds go through there every hour, right? Every hour. If you put a 0.00001% tax on them transactions, everybody could get paid £20 an hour. Everybody. The amount of money swashing through the global system is mind-boggling. The last time I checked, and I haven't checked it for a while, the world's debt is about, what is it, 600 trillion or some fucking crazy number? 600 trillion. And remember, a trillion is one with 16 zeros after it. It's nearly a fucking, what's it, a Google? I think that's a trillion is it, or whatever. Anyway, it's a lot of fucking money. The world's in debt. Nobody pays back this debt. That's why you hear things like the Great Reset and shit. Nah, it's mad. The world's fucking bonkers, is what it is. And I've been talking for so long, I'm actually missing Politics Live. Terrible. Oh well, you'll see it soon enough.
So if you are a hard-working family person in this country, then railway workers, Royal Mail workers, nurses, ambulance workers, bus workers, highway workers, driving examiners, teachers, border force workers and baggage handlers, they are your enemies. And as ever, as a Conservative Prime Minister, Rishi Sunak can rely upon Conservative media to support him. So the Daily Mail today, perhaps inevitably, goes with... well, actually, it's not inevitable. I'm surprised it didn't go with Harry and Meghan. It goes with, it's beginning to look a lot like a Christmas general strike, except it's not, for the reason I've just explained to you. A general strike is when people down tools in support of other workers in different sectors. But why let the truth stand in the way of a story if you're the kind of editor who thinks that half a page on why Meghan Markle sometimes wears white clothes is worthy of your readers' attention? Daily Express, true to form, goes instead with, "Stop this betrayal of our beloved Queen," which is what I'm going to say to any caller today who gets on my nerves. Just so I can warn you in advance. You say something I don't like, I will tell you to stop this betrayal of our beloved Queen. Strikes. What's changed? Or has anything changed? I'm sitting here today. What's that line from Love Actually? I'm just a radio presenter standing in front of... No, sorry. I'm sitting here today thinking that it feels different. There is something ridiculous and not a little stupid.
Yeah, it's called the government. Is no one paying attention to the madness? Like, you've literally got a commentator stating the obvious that something strange is happening. Really? You didn't notice that 12 years ago when the fucking Tories got in bed with the Liberal Democrats? That was, I mean, like, was no one going, this is weird? The Liberal Democrats, who used to promote legalizing cannabis and free tuitions, are now sitting with the Tories. Did nobody find that a bit fucking strange at the time? Because fucking alarm bells were ringing in my fucking head. I mean, honestly, it was. I was like, this is a bit fucking weird. A bit. Oh, no, it's not. It's fucking normal. Because we have a coalition. Really? Nick Clegg? it's, it's fucking bizarre. What do you expect is going to happen next? And then we have Brexit. The gift that keeps on giving. Jesus fucking Christ. Honestly. Like, you can't make up how stupid this country is sometimes. I mean, question time's a fucking hoot. But still, they have a job. Like, they still have they're literally still in power. It fucking blows my fucking mind. It really does. I don't know how I still have sanity watching politics. Because you know what, right? I love good comedy like Monty Python. This is even more batshit crazy. I feel like making a Patreon fucking thing, which is like the Black Knight, right? And that's literally the Tories. You know, have you seen a sketch Black Knight? Anyway, that's the Tories. It's like it won't fucking die. Someone literally fucking get rid of it. It won't go away. David Cameron, what a tosser. Like, honestly, David Cameron thought, like, put this into your brain, right? I mean, you're on my channel waiting for Politics Lab. Clearly, you like politics for some fucking strange reason. Just let this sink into your mind at this point. David Cameron was sat in 10 Downing Street and some fucking twat, whoever it is, fuck knows who, said to David Cameron, "I've got a great idea, David." And he's like, "Yes, what is it? Let's have a vote on fucking Europe." What? Yeah. Let's have this amazing idea called let's give the British public who all drink tea a vote on Europe. Do you think it's going to work? Yep, I'm very confident that the British people are not xenophobic. Okay. What fucking idiot thought that was a good idea? Like, are you mad? It'll be fine, David. We'll win. Okay, if you say so.
About a prime minister trying to portray railway workers, Royal Mail workers, nurses, ambulance workers, bus workers, highway workers, driving examiners, teachers, border force workers and baggage handlers as being on the other side of a battlefield to you. And you are hard work.
I've got a plan. I know how to fix Britain, right? We should vote for me as king. It'd be very strange. No, don't vote for me as king, because I'm already king of Liverpool. All my peasants love me. Didn't even ask them to vote for me. They just said, you can be king. They don't care. I treat my plebs good. Anywho, I've got a plan. Let's invade France. Don't invade Scotland, it's not in there. Let's invade France. They're in solving our problem. We don't need migrants if we invade France. There you go. Problem solved. We should just invade France. No more migrants. See how that works? I'm brilliant. Just so you know. Let's just invade France. Problem solved. Who the fuck needs to go to where is it? Rwanda. Fuck Rwanda. Invade France. Solution. Like, it's that simple. Why has nobody thought of this simple solution before? I mean, we already own Calais, right? Let's just invade the fucking place. I'm sure the French won't mind. Nigel Farage, Marianne Le Pen, you know. Uh, just saying. You won't notice the difference. I mean, shit. France is the most racist country in Europe. It has its own fucking far right party. That comes second every time because the French are like, oh, we don't like them too much. Gives us a bad image. Twats. Gotta love the French sense of humour, though, right? Shit. Marianne Le Pen makes Nigel Farage seem like a pussycat. That's me trying to be a cat, by the way.
Working, and somehow they are not. You need protecting from these people, many of whom dedicate their lives to improving your life. I saw something yesterday, and very, very, very weirdly, I couldn't work out why it affected me.
He can't work out why it affected him. I know, because every twat's on strike. Just saying. It's like he's oblivious somehow to the madness of cold our country. Fuck my life. But he doesn't have to worry about for fucking pay cut, twat. Talking nonsense on the internet like some of us. Fucking tramp. What makes him so better than me? Eh? I can waffle, you twat. No one pays me 100 grand a fucking year to talk shite, you cunt. Wish they would though.
In a way that it hadn't affected me before. And I meant to take a photograph of it so that I would remember the names of the three men commemorated in the way that I'm about to describe to you, but for some reason it didn't work. So I checked my photos this morning and it hadn't taken successfully. I'm very old, you know. You may be able to do me a favour and take a picture of something similar, because I saw something yesterday that really, really shook me. And it shook me in the strangest way, and I've only realised that this morning why. It's because of the relationship with the industrial action that this memorial represents. And it was a train. It was a train at Waterloo Station in London, a southwestern train. And it was a carriage that had been repainted.
For all you whiny cunts, Politics Live's still coming, don't worry. It's next. Just saying. This is not Politics Live. It literally says it in the title. Don't get disheartened. I will play Politics Live next after me rant. Just so you know.
Painted or redecorated, whatever the correct word is, to thank all of the key workers. So it's obviously been up there since the end of lockdown. It was a hangover from the lockdowns. Thank you to all the key workers. And then it said in memory of, and it named 3 railway workers who had lost their lives during the pandemic. And I couldn't work out why. And I just clicked this morning when someone sent me a message about clapping the nurses. We were all clapping the nurses, but we're somehow supposed to start spitting at them now that they want our support on their industrial action. And the train was the same, wasn't it? In memory of. And it named 3 men, 3 railway workers who died during COVID. And
you know why that's the problem? Because our media is fucking shite. Therein lies your problem. People watch the most garbage shit ever and then go, yeah, that makes sense. Someone asked me on my comments page on this page actually, how do you get your news and how do you understand like news? Don't watch just one news program. That's the only thing. And don't just watch British news or UK news. Watch global news programs, right? You'll understand how propaganda works better. You need a variety of shit to understand how people speak, the questions they ask, who they work for. It's all very interesting shit, if you don't mind me saying. But that's how you get an unbiased view of how the media works. All media is shit, and it's run by an Australian and some of the twat. You see, the people who own Fox News are the same people who own Sky News, and the same people who run the Telegraph, are the same people who print shit in other countries, right? You need to understand who they are. They're right wingers. We used to call them globalists back in the day, but you don't see that word anymore. Globalization. They soon fucking ditched that shit, didn't they? Get what I'm saying? Like, when was the last time you heard anybody in your media sphere, whatever you watch in the media, say globalization? Even though that was the buzzword in 2000s, globalization, globalization, that's all you could fucking hear in your ears. Nobody says a fucking peep. Wonder why? Because they shafted every country, ran away with all the money, and left a fucking mad shit culture war, which is now taking place on Twitter. Just say it's madness. You would think the United Kingdom is being invaded at this point. If you literally paid attention to the media and took it seriously, which you shouldn't because that would drive you insane, you would think we're being invaded by people on boats. Like, literally. Bizarre. But that's how our media works. And that gives you a fucking false sense of reality. Just like how the country is run. Most people think when the government says you need to tie up, strap up your fucking bootlaces, uh, you need to run the country like it's your household. They're not even in the same fucking dimension. A country is not a house. There is no comparison. When was the last time you could print your own fucking money? Anybody? No? Yeah, thought not. It's bizarre. And people like him, who is a melt, actually. I totally agree with Cameron, he's a fucking melt. But people like him are the problem because he's only just noticed people go to fucking food banks in our country. That is a fucking problem. Not the fact that you got on a fucking train, you fucking knobhead. The very notion of people who have fucking jobs going to a food bank in the United Kingdom is a fucking massive piss take in of itself. How the fuck do people walk around thinking we have a fucking normal country when people literally pay taxes and still go to food banks? We have food banks. That should not even be on our fucking vernacular. Vernacular? Whatever. You get the fucking point. Shouldn't be in our fucking codex of language, basically. Our country makes £2.2 trillion every year. 2.2. And fucking motherfuckers are going to food banks. Oh, there's a place for charity. No, there isn't. Charity's a mugs fucking game. It means your government's fucking shit. That's what charity means. And they don't even pay taxes anyway. I know, I used to fucking work for one. See my point?
Oh yes, thank you to
Fucking
all the key
gobshite.
workers. Thank you so much for getting us through it. But now we're going to portray you as not being part of the hard-working population of the United Kingdom. That's Rishi Sunak still doing a lap of honour for the furlough that he paid for with your money, while his wife was paying a smaller proportion of her income in tax in this country than you do. Great, yeah, go Rishi. Thanks for that, mate. Yeah, trying to portray the key workers who they pretended to admire and lionize during the pandemic and afterwards. Now he stands up in the actual House of Commons and attempts to persuade you that they're somehow the enemies of the hard-working population of this country, rather than, and pardon my French, the bloody backbone.
Bloody backbone. Why don't you just say it as it is? Fucking plebs run the country, pal. Plebs. You can't even. You know you're fucked when you can't pay your plebs, right? Remember back in the day, I'm not saying that, I'm not advocating it, but you know back in the day, we used to chop off niggas' fucking heads. Like, literally. Sorry for the N word, but I'm black, so whatever. I don't find it offensive. Clearly you do because you're white. Just saying. Anywho, we used to chop off people's heads for less shitteries. Imagine King Charlie ran the country. We'd be saying, chop off his head, mate. He's crap. Oh no. How about we just elect Rishi Sunak? Are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh at this point? Did nobody read about the French Revolution? No, not at all. Apparently, history is repeatable if you don't read history. Clearly, the people of Britain don't remember Margaret Thatcher. I do. She was crap. But yeah, all of a sudden, We think the Tories can actually run the country. They sold literally everything the last time they were in power. The last time we had a strike, a proper one, the Tories were in power. When was the last time the economy got crashed? Oh, the Tories were in power. Like, people are so fucking clueless that you think a bunch of rich fucking toffs with no backbone whatsoever, who can't even, I mean, no offense, the Labour Party aren't much better because they're a bunch of fucking wimps as well. But the Tories, they specialise in being a bunch of twats because they're rich. They literally don't care. It took Michael Portillo, in case anyone's never seen it, a fucking week on the dole to find out that the government's pretty shit. Just saying. And he was the same man, no jokes, who voted against same-sex marriage or some shit. Was it same-sex marriage? I can't remember. I'm old. Hold on. Let me just try and smash some brain cells together. He voted against raising the age of consent if you were gay or some shit. So fucking... And he was gay? You know what I'm saying? Bizarre. You can't make it up. These people are just clowns. And people voted for them and thought, yeah, let's vote in the Tories. Fucking twats. And let's remember how they got in power, ladies and gentlemen. Let this scar your memory. It was the Liberal Democrats who put them in power. 12 years of these fucking bastards because of the fucking Liberal Democrats and Nick Clegg, who's a neoliberal. Ugh! The bane of my existence is that twat. He took over the Lib Dems and tried to turn it into New Labour. Okay, that's mad. I mean, fucking hell. Everyone knows Tony Blair's Plan B, right? That's what they call him in House of fucking Parliament. Plan B. Margaret Thatcher's fucking love child was our Tony Blair. Fucking clown. Nick Clegg comes along, hold my beer. I'm gonna put the fucking Tories in power. What a twat. What a twat. Then, they give us austerity. The only fucking country on planet Earth to go, this is a good idea. Let's not pay people. Let's shrink the economy instead of like pumping money into it. Let's shrink it. Yeah, that worked out well. And you wonder why people are going, I feel a bit skint at this present moment in time. Well, if you actually would have paid the fucking cunts who go to work a reasonable amount of money, nobody would be on strike. But because we've had 10 years of negative pay rises, people are going on strike. Literally fucking everybody. And then, you know what the irony is? On Friday, I don't think anybody noticed, they relaxed the rules on the banks who crashed the economy in 2008. Did anybody see that? That's fucking hilarious. The same rules they put in place to tell the banks to stop fucking running the fucking country like a casino. Oh, yeah, we'll relax them rules now. Go back to playing casino money again and crash the economy in about, I don't know, 7 years again. Fucking twats, honestly. These people are fucking mad. Tories are fucking mad. Get them out.
The backbone. And they are asking for your support. The railway workers, the postal workers, the nurses, the ambulance workers, the bus workers, the highway.
They're not asking for support. They're asking to get fucking paid. Paid. All the technology in the world. They tell you productivity isn't as high as it used to be. Really? Are you taking the piss? All the computers and shit that we use today, and you're telling me productivity isn't up? No, my wages ain't fucking up. I can do more with my eyes closed. Where's my wages? Well, we don't need humans anymore to do human jobs. Okay, good luck with that shit. The Tories want driverless trains. Can you imagine Tories running driverless fucking trains like they run the country? Oh my fucking god.
Workers. The driving examiners probably not lending themselves as immediately or as obviously to the rather emotional treatment that I'm giving this story at the moment. But where would we be without driving examiners? Parked up. The teachers, God. The border force workers and the baggage handlers. 10:17. Thank you to everyone pointing out it's Notting Hill, not Love Actually, that I was referencing a moment ago. It's an easy mistake to make. So, has something changed? Yes or no? And if so, what? The Tories are trying, like they always.
I just, I love the way he's like, has something changed? Like he's only just noticed it. Like, what country do you live in, mate? Like that's why when Cameron called my fucking melt, it's because he is one. Like, oh, have you noticed anything's changed? Like, are you fucking kidding? Are you kidding? I just, I can't do this any longer without having a rant. I just need to get up my like fucking. I need to clear my chakra. Like, it's so bizarre. Maybe because I stream politics and watch it too much, it just like infuriates me that I have to listen to just waffle and complete bullshit. It's like when I watch politics live in a minute, which I'm going to show to you guys. Just understand when I watch it, I'm literally trying not to rip out my fucking eyeballs. Okay, I don't watch it with enjoyment. I just don't. It literally is infuriating streaming Politics Lab and Question Time and all these other fucking shows. It's literally infuriating. Trust me, I am shouting at my screen when I stream. I can't cope. These people are too dumb who run our country, and the media are just complacent. Like, when are you gonna ask a good fucking question? Just once, just one question. Like, what happened to the 600 billion you borrowed? Where did that money go? Where? Labour planned on borrowing more than the Tories. Tories went, hold my beer. It's 600 billion quid. 600 billion. That's half a trillion quid. The Tories, the frugals, who tell you they've got no money. We've got no money. Really? Then how did you manage to fucking borrow 600 billion fucking quid? Huh? Where did all that money go? Do you think that had any impact on inflation? Maybe. I think so. I think so. Well, we spent 40 billion on COVID. You borrowed 600 billion pound. 600 billion. Before COVID even happened. People have very short memories about me. Boris Johnson waving his I've got a credit card fucking flag. And this is when Jeremy Corbyn was the leader of the Labour Party, by the way, in case you forgot he ever existed. He was in, I was going to say in power, lol, that's a joke. Anywho, Jeremy Corbyn, I'm going to fucking nationalise fucking everything. Sounds like a fucking good idea now, though, doesn't it? Considering. Like, what the fuck? Like, mind's blown. Like, imagine thinking Jeremy Corbyn is mental, yet the Tories crashed the pound. Like, you can't make it up. Like, what would be worse than Jeremy Corbyn at this point? Jeremy Corbyn could run the country better, like, for real. And he didn't have to do anything. All he needed to do was grow his fucking plants in his allotment, and he couldn't crash the pound. Oh, that's socialism. What fucking books have you been reading? That socialism is a mad thing. You use money that's printed by other people, and you call it what's that? What is that? What is that? Right? Someone tells you the value of some shit, and you literally, without question, accept that fact. And you think socialism is a bad idea? Are you mad? Are you mad? Grand illusions. It's like the emperor has no fucking clothes, and some stupid cunt says, "Hey, see that guy over there? The emperor. He's literally bollock naked, but he believes he's got his clothes on." That's money right there in your face. You literally think the value of shit is the value of shit because some other cunt told you that's the value of shit. The only reason why money is so powerful is because you believe it to be the case, you stupid cunts. And these fucking idiots who run our country know that's the case. That's why they're rich and you're poor. They know the game that they're playing. Clearly, you're not in their game, are you? Just like me. Just saying. Just have to point out the obvious to people. We can't pay people, we've got no money, but we make it up. Money is anything with intrinsic value. What? Yes, that's in the dictionary. It's right there. Read it very fucking slowly. Money is anything, inverted commas, with intrinsic value. How do you value money, one would ask? Currency. The game is a very strange game, let's say it mildly. So when these prats tell you we can't afford it, who the fuck pays for it to rain? You do. What? You pay for the rain? Yeah. No, you only pay for the pipes. You don't pay for the rain, stupid twat. You pay for the pipes, and they can't even get that right. They put shit on our beaches, and we can't even tell them, can you not do that, please? That's a beach. Don't put raw sewage on the beach. It's a private company. Oh, yeah, them fuckers you sold. Yeah. I mean, honestly. Nationalised BT. Oh, it was nationalised, wasn't it? And then the Tories sold it, and the railways, and the post office. They sold the post office to a private company. Literally sold the fucking post office to a private company. Guess who's on strike? Postal workers. What? Is that a shock? No. Private companies are there to do one thing, ladies and gentlemen, make fucking money. They don't care about you or the workers or whatever else. Their goal is to give rich people more money. When was the last time anybody in your fucking sphere of influence said, I have stocks in the stock market? I'm waiting. Please put it in the side chat. The last time someone told you, hey, my 401k just went up this week. You know why that is the case? Because we don't have 401ks in fucking the United Kingdom. But we have private companies who you pay tax to. Like, let that sink in. Your taxes go to private companies. You're paying tax to make people rich, not to run a service. Do you understand this at this point? I mean, I sound like communist China right now, but I'm not. But let that sink in. We pay tax to private companies to run services that the government should be running. If we need private companies to run services in the United Kingdom, that's a clear and obvious fact that the fucking government is a fail. A massive fucking fail. Failure. Wake it out, bitches. You're paying tax to a private company to do a job that you pay tax for. What? Yeah. I mean, that you might as well let fucking Apple run the fucking phone companies then, innit? And charge you £1,000 for a phone that people buy because they're gullible twats, which is made in China for about, I don't know, 60 quid. People still buy them because they're muppets. And you wonder why we have a government full of muppets. Fucking twats.
Do to portray workers using the only means at their disposal to effect an improvement to their terms and conditions at a time when many of these sectors will have members using food banks and ending the month with more going out than is coming in. The Tories will try the line about if you don't like it, get a better job. That's actually in the House of Commons. Perhaps it's a little unfair to single out contributors to Idiot's Corner for just parroting the nonsense that's spouted by Tory MPs. But something seems to me to have changed, and I wonder whether you agree. 0345 6060973. Do you, to your own surprise, and if you're surprised by your position, you'll be of particular interest to me today. Do you, to your own surprise, find you at this point in proceedings feeling quite warm and supportive towards strikers? And if so, what's changed?
The fact that everyone's on strike, maybe. It's a bit mad asking a question where every person who's actually going to fucking answer your call is literally on strike. I mean, come on, really. What a fucking melt. And I will leave it at that, ladies and gentlemen. If you watch these news programs and shit, just bear in mind, we live on a strange, strange fucking country. In fact, we live on a strange planet, but whatever. In a strange universe, that's beside the point. Particularly today, when you're watching the news, don't believe the hype. That's all I'm saying. And when people say you can't afford shit, yes, we can. We definitely can. And people going on strike is normal. if people didn't go on strike, we wouldn't have this mad thing that people accept as a reality in this country called a fucking week. We'd be all up chimneys like the kids. Women wouldn't have the right to vote, etc. You can't make it up. But yeah, Labour's a bunch of fucking socialists. Okay, if you fucking say so. Right. I think my rant's well and truly ranted out now. I need to take a breath, slow down, and prepare for Politics Live because that is actually right now. Well, it will be as soon as I press end stream. So prepare yourselves, people.